Welcome to Pierce College. My name is Don Bouchel, and we're getting ready to have a volleyball match between the Sequim Wolves and the Steilacoom Sentinels. And our producer is John Wittig, and our cameraman is Bo Wittig, and we are underway. So Sequim on the far side in purple, and Steilacoom scores the first point. And they're in orange. Both teams with easy-to-read jerseys. You would think all the jerseys are designed to be easy to read, but they're just not. Both of these, you can see them pretty good. And that was Megan Schenk. And that serve unsuccessful. So Steilacoom, we are in the Steilacoom area here at Pierce College, so they're technically the visiting team on the top of the bracket here, but no one else could have more of a home team feel or an advantage than the team in orange and black. And that one hit long. McKenna Crawford, number 8 in orange on this side, the hitter. Sequim with a 2-1 advantage in this set as we just started. There's a hit return straight up the middle. And Steilacoom hits it out of bounds. So Sequim on service. Sequim setting it up for a hitter in the middle. And it works. And that was Haley Harrison, a 5'10" senior. And it's hit down the line out of bounds as Steilacoom trails 5-1 early in set number 1. Sequim serving. That's Riley Zabarschuk. That was a server for Sequim. Back serving on the other end is Kendall Fox for the Sentinels. Zabarschuk saves it. And it's hit errantly. Haley Harrison didn't get it to go straight up the middle. It was a difficult hit. 5-3 as the Sentinels have narrowed the lead of the Wolves. Wolves in purple on the far side. They lead 5-3. Oh, there's a kill straight down the middle and a fired up McKenna Crawford. Adrenaline flowing. She's number 8 in front of the net in orange. Nadia Albert, number 1 next to her. Service by Kendall Fox. That was a heck of a hit. But it was returned by the Sentinels. Pretty aggressive hitting in the early going here. The Wolves 22-6, but they do not succeed against that roof. Led by McKenna Crawford. So we're tied at 5. It was 5-1, so it's a 4-point run by the Sentinels. Jenny Weber-Heilman, the Wolves coach. And it's in, and the line is in versus out of bounds in other sports. So 6-5, the Wolves on top. Alyssa Schaefer, the head coach of the Sentinels. Oh, that one falls. Boy, a couple of players there had a shot, and that was Alex King and McKenna Crawford, both seniors. So your seniors have been playing together the longest usually, and so you'd hope to be able to iron out that stuff in real time. Easier said than done. And a block, dropping the ball for a point. Haley Harrison, number 29 in purple. So the Wolves push their lead back out to 3. It was a 5-point run. Now the Wolves answer with a 3-point run in set 1 to lead 8-5. And there's a setup and the soft touch by Stofferin. Correction, that was Harrison. The big hit by Alex Bisand, but it was returned by the Sentinels. Oh. So in the middle, the soft touch does it after all the big hitting. Haley Harrison, 5'10" senior. 9-5. Sequim with the advantage over Steilacoom. And that serve goes long. So in rally scoring, as we've progressed through the history of volleyball, that point goes to the Sentinels and the serve goes to them as well. That serve a bit long and back to a 4-point advantage for the Wolves. Assistant coach of the Wolves, Brittany Langston. Coaching staff on the assistant side, Carrie Kissel and Kelly McClellan for the Sentinels. And there you go, a point for the Wolves. They lead by 5. So the bottom of the bracket, and the Wolves have the advantage on the bracket as they are listed as the home team. Coming true as they're leading by 5. And a service ace as they double the lead, 12-6. That's Haley Harrison back there, serving for the Wolves. He's wearing number 29. Okay, here's a setup and a pretty big hit. It succeeds. Alexis Bisand. She's number 45. Standing up there with Emily Wallner, number 18, and number 39, Kate Harker. The Sentinels answer. 6-point advantage, Wolves. 22-6, the Wolves overall play. And they're in the Olympic League. They were league and district champions. Their league record was 8-0. Big hit saved in the back by Nadia Albert. And the Wolves could not keep it in play as the Sentinels narrow the lead to 5, 13-8. The Sentinels are a South Puget Sound League team, 2A division classification. This is the 2A tournament at Pierce College. And they were 10-9 overall, 7-7 in league. That's a pretty big hit to the back line, but saved. This time it'll be set up by Carrie Fox. And hit by Alex King. Taylor Balkan with the save back. And that point to Sequim. 14-8. We're in set 1. McKenna Crawford. She defends that serve, keeps the ball in play. And it's popped over the net and then falls into that zone of no coverage. Emily Wallner, a 5'9" sophomore. She scores the point. Alexis Bisand, number 45, back there serving. And it's out of bounds. So a fault committed by the Wolves. 15-9. Set 1. Gary Fox serving straight up the middle. Hannah Hudson sets it up for a teammate, and the hit was successful. Caitlin McDaniels at 5'11", a senior. She hits it deep, and Steilacoom was unable to stop that with the velocity it had. Just carrying back into the crowd. There's a one-handed shot. Into the net, though, it goes for Sequim, and then a point back to the Sentinels. Alex King will rotate back to the server spot. She's a 5'9" senior. They set it up and go to the right-hand side, and that kill is successful. That's Caitlin McDaniels. She's number 43 there by the net in purple. Standing there with Taylor Balkin, number 2, and number 29, Haley Harrison. Are we going out? We are. Okay. And the kill. Straight down the middle. A little bit diagonal action there. Haley Harrison. So the Wolves have some big hitters on their club as they lead 18-11 in set 1. A 3-3 look given by the Sentinels on defense. And they set up the middle, and it's hit wide by McKenna Crawford. Sequim serving again. They keep service. And the diagonal hit. Fielded quite well by Sequim, but that time back into the crowd, they couldn't hit handle the hot action. And Alex King could not return the ball. So 20-11 is the score in set 1. The Wolves with the advantage. You know, I was looking for this script. Just about ready to start set number 2. Don Bushell here with you at the 2A action in Steilacoom at Pierce College. So earlier today, East Valley of Yakima defeated Tumwater, and Anacortes defeated Fife. So at the 8:15 match, it'll be Tumwater hosting Anacortes. Washington will play off against Sela at 6:30, and West Valley of Yakima will play Burlington Edison at 6:30. The winner of this match will play the winner of Mark Morris and Colville, currently underway on the other court. And that hit a little bit long by Steilacoom's McKenna Crawford. Riley Zabarschuk on the serve. And that's hit long, so the point will stay with Sequim. So the Sentinels hitting a bit long there. That's hurting them here as they trail by 11, 22-11 in set 1. But they drop one into a zone with no coverage or no defender, and they bring their score up to 12. Kendall Fox will serve. And it's in the net. That serve in the net. 23-12, the lead for Sequim. The next server is Taylor Balkin. Ball handling violation called against the Sentinels, so now we're at set point at 24-12. Balkan back to serve. And that hit just a bit too far. Still set point. McKenna Crawford will serve. She's number 8, a 6-foot senior. It's always interesting to compare the number of seniors. And that is a set point. So set number 1 goes to the Wolves. Is that big hit to seal the deal? Haley Harrison, and she's a senior at 5'10", wearing number 29 there. So first set taken 25-13. Fans of Dairy Farmers of Washington are proud to co-title sponsor the WIAA State Championship Tournaments. Their sponsorship assists each school participating in state tournaments and supports the maintenance of student programs. To learn more about the Dairy Farmers of Washington's involvement in our community, visit havemilk.com.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
In earlier action this evening, or this afternoon, West Valley of Yakima defeated Capital 3-1. Burlington Edison 3-1 over Sumner. Washington 3-1 over Seaholm. Sela 3-0, 3-0 over White River. 3-0 Anacortes over Fife. Tumwater 3-0 over East Valley of Yakima. And as you can see in the first round, a lot of dominating performances. 3-0 is pretty common, as we can see. And what we have going in the other court is Mark Morris and Colville. This match, led by the Sequim Wolves. They have quite a road trip to get down here to Pierce College in Steilacoom. But there's not much of a road trip for the team in orange out there, the Steilacoom Sentinels. They are local. So while that would give you an advantage, all things being equal, they did lose to Sequim in the opening set, 25-13. Hannah Hudson serves. Over the head return by McKenna Crawford in orange, and then she blocks. Up, it's kept in play by Sequim. Got a lengthier volley. And there's a big hit. Whoa, it was dug effectively by Alex King. And that one looked like a for sure point, but no. And it's hit long. So you got to give credit to Alex King, as there was that big hit that she returned and gave her team a 1-0 advantage in this set. Megan Schenk serving. Well, they got to get it over the net here on the third hit. They do. Oh, they set up. Taylor Balkan pops it up there for Haley Harrison, and she had a difficult hit. She hit it across her body to the left. So she was looking straight ahead and hit to the left. Tied at 1. Riley Zabarchuk serving. Oh, another excellent dig by Alex King. And the Sentinels have a lead, 2-1 in set 2. Let's see if we can change the trend of the 3-and-out performances with a maybe the Sentinels, and they're heading that way, 3-1 as they serve an ace. Okay, now serving is Kendall Fox. She's number 6 in orange. Sentinels in orange. They lead 3-1 here in set 2. Well, I'll tell you, whoever plays Tumwater is going to have their hands full because they come up with, they set up the big hitters very well, and more often than not, they're getting big hits like that. Well, here we have a 4-1 edge on the part of Steilacoom. They lost the first set 25-13. And they set up Alexis Bisan, but she wasn't able to take the big swing at it. And that one is effectively hit. That was Riley Zabarchuk. Sentinels volleying with Sequim, a block, but it was returned. Nice return by Crawford. And that was hit long. 6-1, Steilacoom. Kendall Fox, a 5'6" freshman. Oh, there's a setup for the big player, and that was Alexis Bisan, but couldn't put it away. She gets another chance and tips it over the net. So credit her with the point there. She's number 45 in the middle, along with Haley Harrison, number 29. She's your front, they're your front line, along with Emily Wallner for Sequim. And they save the volley and keep it going. Sentinels with a shot down the line. Is it in? It is, it is. Sentinels having a nice second set. And, you know, as being their local, they've got plenty of people that can come out and cheer them on. Great, that's your advantage as you're playing with your home team, your home crowd. And there's a service ace. Service ace by McKenna Crawford. 6-foot senior. 8-2. Steilacoom. And it's going to be 9-2. After that serve could not be handled, and we have a timeout on the court. There's one set in the books at 25-13 Sequim, but set 2 is going all Sentinels' way.
Consider the time and effort each of these young participants has put forth. Sportsmanship, it's how to play the game. And now let's meet the players and coaches.
Les Schwab, pride in performance. Whether it's in sports and in the classroom or at work, it's about dedicating yourself to working hard and doing your best. At Les Schwab, they're proud of our young people, and they're proud of to be the co-title sponsor of the WIAA State Championship tournaments. For more information, log on to leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952. McKenna Crawford, number 8, will serve for the team in orange. That's the Sentinels from Steilacoom. And the return volley not handled, and Haley Harrison puts the Wolves' third point on the scoreboard. Haley Harrison to serve. They set up Alex King, but there was a net violation, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So 9-4 in set 2. The Wolves were undefeated in league action, and they're not used to being down. And there was a service fault, a service error as a server stepped on the line. So they're trailing 10-4 in the second set. They're 22-6 overall. Sentinels playing more teams with equivalent skill sets, as their record is 7-7, playing an equal competition there. 10-9 overall. A couple of players that were brought up from the JV to play for the Sentinels here, or at least with the squad. Amy Kuntz, a 5'6" sophomore. Stephanie Huss, a 5-foot junior. A 6-foot sophomore, Tia McLean, and Haley LaRue, a 5'8" sophomore. Sequim halves the score, 10-5 in set 2. Nadia Albert, an outside hitter, a 5'4" freshman. Mehea Leale, a sophomore at 5'5". Carrie Fox, we've called her name quite a bit, at 5'5", a junior. And that point scored by Sequim. Tiana Rivera, a 5'4" sophomore, also on the Sentinels club. Brittany Enquist, a sophomore at 5'11". Kendall Fox. Yeah, we've heard her name a lot, a 5'6", a freshman. Alex King, a 5'9" senior. McKenna Crawford, a 6-foot senior. Megan Shank, a 5'9" senior. And another point for Sequim. Delaney Hills at 5'4", a junior. Again, Alyssa Schaefer, the head coach. Assistants Carrie Kissel and Kelly McClellan, and that's the Steilacoom Sentinels. Hey, a service ace delivered by Emma LeBlanc. Mariah Riedel, a 5'6" junior on the Wolves roster. It's 11-8 with the Sentinels giving up some of their lead here. It's getting a bit closer. It was 10-4 a couple of minutes ago. So it's now 11-9. Sequim serving. Taylor Balkin, a 5'6" senior. Emma LeBlanc, a 5'6" sophomore. Another point for the Wolves as they're drawing towards tying this one up. They're down by one, 11-10. Hannah Hudson, a 5'4" junior, along with Emily Wallner. These are all players of the Wolves. She's a 5'9" sophomore. And Sequim could not keep it in play. Point to the Sentinels. They make it a 2-point game again. Caitlin Stofferin, a 5'10" sophomore. Haley Harrison, a 5'10" senior. Riley Zabarschuk, a 5'7" senior. The point to Sequim, 12-11. This is a competitive set. First set went to Sequim, 25-13. Sequim looking to tie it up on this volley, but they hit the ball 4 times, so it's not going to happen now as Sentinels take it to 13-11. Katie Stevenson, a 5'7" sophomore, is on the squad for the Wolves. Kate Harker, a 5'9" junior. Caitlin McDaniel is a 5'11" senior. Alexis Beeson, we've heard a lot out of her. We've seen a lot of action from her, a 5'8" junior. Michaela Simonson, a 5'6" junior. Sequim scores, brings it to 13-12. Head coach of the Wolves, Janie Weber-Heilman. Assistant coach, Brittany Langston. Riley Zabarczuk serving. She's number 30 in purple. Sentinels in orange on the far side. Sentinels widen their lead to 14-12. Kendall Fox serving. Number 6 in orange, way back there. Hey, winding up and killing the ball quite effectively, Haley Harrison. Number 29 in purple. 14-13. Sequim keeping it close. There was a big advantage in the early going, about 10-4, 10-5 for the biggest advantage for the Sentinels, but Sequim's pretty much erased that. They set and fire with Crawford, but it's defended successfully by the Wolves. They set up Nadia Albert, but she's blocked, but the ball's still in play. Oh, there's a hit down the middle. 5'10", a senior, Haley Harrison, a middle blocker and quite a hitter too. We're tied at 14. We're in set 2. Taylor Balkin serving. Alex King pushes it over the net from her set position. And she's getting quite a bit of action back there. This time it's just dropped into an area not covered by Alexis Beeson. So the Wolves take the lead. Balkin still serving. Oh, there's a hit straight down the middle. And that was by number 9, Megan Schenk. Senior outside hitter at 5'9". Stepping back is Crawford to serve. We're tied at 15. An excellent set. Good competition here in this match. Sequim. Hey, set up the hitter on the side, and that was Emily Wallner. So a 1-point advantage for the team on the road, the Wolves. Sequim in purple, they serve. And it's brought back the other way by Steilacoom. There's a long hit out of bounds, so that point will go to the Sentinels. And it's tied back up at 16. Sentinels don't really set anything up. Let's see if Sequim can do so. Partially blocked at the net, and I think we were in the net. So the Wolves take a 1-point advantage, 17-16. This here is the most competitive set, personally, that I have seen since working here this afternoon. So that one's hit long. We are tied at 17. The last set was 25-13, and in the prior game, Tumwater won all sets over East Valley of Yakima, 25-18. All 3 sets were that same score. And that is a kill, successful going cross court by the Wolves, number 18, Emily Wallner. And we got a timeout on the court. Studies show that those students participating in interscholastic activities have better grades and higher attendance rates than students not involved in activities. Washington Interscholastic Activities Association, preparing youth for life from one generation to the next. Learn more at WIAA.com. Now that's an interesting statistic that you would think that you're participating in activities, taking time away from studies, can't study as much, your grades wouldn't be as good, you would think. But nope, that is not the case. So the WIAA has been doing a great thing for the state of Washington. A lot of other states, WIAA was the leader in putting on championship tournaments. Some number of years back, there was a big football game here in Bellevue and De La Salle, and De La Salle had won all the 150 games or something. They didn't even play a state championship down there. So Washington, they never went beyond their region or their district, where Washington has been, as a result of the WIAA's efforts, been putting on state tournaments for a couple of decades at least. So 18-17, Sequim with the advantage, and that ties it back up at 18. Ties it back up, the long hit beyond the end line, and now Alex King will serve for the Sentinels. She's a senior, and there are 3 seniors on Steilacoom's squad. Pretty even in terms of seniors. We'll look at the Sequim roster in a moment. Oh, that's a nice hit down. Oh, it was saved. A heck of a shot hit by Caitlin McDaniels, but rejected by Steilacoom. And that point comes over to Sequim. They lead at 19-18 in set 2. They've got 4 seniors, so again, the theory seemingly vindicated. The Wolves with 4 seniors, 3 seniors for the Sentinels, and the teams are playing pretty even. It was fairly uneven in the prior match, and the seniors were also uneven. I think it was 8-2, something like that. Okay, a block over the net, so the point to the Wolves. And we've been playing a 1-point game, back and forth, tie, 1 point either way. And now the Wolves have a 20-18 advantage as they look to take the second set. We're playing to 25. And there's a cross-court hit with authority coming from number 8, McKenna Crawford of Steilacoom. It's a 1-point set again. Megan Shank serving. Anna LeBlanc returns it, sets up successfully Haley Harrison. 21-19. Stepping back to the server's line, Riley Zabarczyk. Sequim setting up, but unsuccessfully so, Harrison. It's defended by Steilacoom. Here she comes again. She took a big windup, but then tried to place it, Harrison did. And it's hit long by the Sentinels. That was Nadia Albert. 22-19 as the Wolves open up a 3-point advantage here in the second set. Served into the net. So Zabarczyk unable to keep service moving for her club. 22-20. Kendall Fox. She touches the top of the net, but is effectively returned by Sequim. And then straight ahead over the middle by McKenna Crawford. Near the bench of the Sentinels, and they're not going to be able to get it back across the net. So that'll make it Wolves 23, Sentinels 20. We are in set 2. Wolves looking to take a 2-0 set lead. Served by Balkan. Dig by Hudson. They hit, return, Wallner hit it. And it was wide. It was wide. That was a big hit, but Megan Schenk was right there to, actually she had no chance of defending that, but she did return the plier ball to keep it in play, so give her credit on that play. McKenna Crawford serves. It's 23-21 Wolves here in set 2. And Steilacoom keeping it in play. They get it across the net. Save from going out of bounds by Schenk. Sets up King, but she's unsuccessful. It's returned by Bisand. They hit it long. They hit it long. She knew as soon as she hit it, Kendall Fox. And we've got a timeout as we're at set point at 24-21. So the winner of this game will play the winner of Mark Morris and Colville at 8:15. And then that winner will step into the action tomorrow in the winner's bracket against the victor of Anacortes and Tumwater. Tumwater was the prior match here on this court. They defeated East Valley 25-18 in all 3 sets. Earlier today, West Valley of Yakima 3-1 over Capital. Burlington Edison 3-1 over Sumner. Washington 3-1 over Seahome. And we are at match point, set point, and that serve successful gives a 25-21 win to Sequim. So 2-0 on the sets. And we have a break between matches, between sets. How's it going?
Did I leave some players off that one or something?
They added them to the roster. They told me to add those. I'll leave them with one. I mean, if JV they brought up.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But they could play. No. Sequim's winning this one, yeah. 25-13, 25-21. This player's off the roster. This name was backwards. So it is 2-0 with Sequim on top. They're in purple, and they're on the far side of the court as we start set number 3. First set was 25-13, and the Wolves took that one handily. The second set was very hard fought and was, a 1-point back and forth match until we hit 20. And then the Wolves pretty much took control there. Wolves seem to have a little bit more powerful hitting contingent. And it took them a while to get going in that second set. The Sentinels started off with quite an advantage, or at least an advantage, and the Wolves had to work their way back into it. So that serve a bit long, and that gives Sequim their opening advantage in set number 3. Zabarczuk will be serving. And she brings it down to near sideline. And they set up kind of a soft volley into the middle of the court. And then on the other side, Alexis Bisan hits it home to, 2-0 Sequim. Bisan at 5'8", a junior. Steilacoom sets up McKenna Crawford. But they hit down the line and it's in. Haley Harrison, number 29 there in the center. Pretty effective front line between Harrison, Bisan there, number 45. And they set up for a kind of a shot that's intended to just drop in down the left sideline. Did not occur. And then the volleying going on, and it's an excellent shot down the left sideline for a point. That's Riley Zabarczuk. So Sequim off to a 4-0 lead in set number 3. Zabarczuk still serving. And nearly an ace, had to be dove for to save that one. And finally on the board this set, Sentinels McKenna Crawford, number 8. So the serve this time by Kendall Fox. And Bisan tries to touch it right into an area not occupied, but it didn't work that time. Well, that was a no-look shot by Haley Harrison down the left sideline. That was an excellent play. 5-1. 5-1 the Wolves. That was probably the most impressive score I've seen this afternoon between this match and the prior one. Oh, there's a big hit. But it's saved by the Wolves. It looks like they're going to do it. Yep, they did. They recovered from McKenna Crawford's big hit down the middle. But later on in the volley, they did give it up to the Sentinels. So 5-2. 5-2, the Sentinels trail in set number 3. Crawford back to serve. Wolves on the other side in purple. Sentinels this side with orange. They set up Rivera, but she's unable to convert. And right inside the back line, and that was Emily Wallner. Tiana Rivera, a 5'4" sophomore, they go to her a lot. And Alex King looking for frontline hitting support. So Sequim's been more successful in getting their frontline hitters involved. That's the difference in this match at this point. Excellent save by Megan Schenk to keep the volley forthcoming. A double hit violation, a ball handling violation on the part of the Sentinels. It really is because the The hit was so with much velocity, put it that way. Will cause errors on your opponent when you hit like that. And there we have the Sentinels coming back with Alex King hitting it down the left sideline. 7-3 Wolves with the Sentinels back in service. Tiana Rivera. She sends it a bit too far. So that makes it 8-3 Wolves. Sequim 22-6 overall out of the Olympic League, and they were league and district champs with an 8-0 league record. The Sentinels out of the South Puget Sound League, and the Sentinels come up with their 4th point of this set. Their record 7-7 in league, 10-9 overall. Not as many games on the books. More playing time for the Wolves. They had 28 games compared to 19 for the Sentinels. And that point scored by the Wolves. Nine to 4, Sequim. And they're serving. Emma LeBlanc served it up. Last touch by Sentinels, Alex King. And they set up Caitlin Stofferin. She's unable to convert, though. And there's a point. Oh, we have an injury. We have an injury. And the point scored by Haley Harrison. 9 to 4, Sequim with the advantage here in the 3rd set. And that's after Sequim handily won the first set, 25-13. The second set was quite competitive. It was 20-19 at one point until the Wolves victored 25-21. So we have an injury timeout. It looked like somebody got hit in the eye or something like that, or the nose. And we know that can be pretty tough. A summary here in the Pierce College WIAA-based tournament here in 2A volleyball. West Valley defeated Capital 3-1, 25-18, 17-25, 25-13, and 25-23. Burlington Edison 3-1 over Sumner at 25-22, 25-21, 20-25, and 25-13. Okay, now I was wrong about my conjecture. She's got a knee or an ankle. And that is Kate Harker. It's too bad. That is too bad. Hopefully she's fine. And we'll walk it off, right? Best of luck to Kate Harker. Washington defeated Seaholm 3-1. Scores were 19-25, and then Washington rattled off 25-21 twice and 28-26. Sela defeated White River 3-0, 25-14, 25-12, and 10. And a quarter 3-0, and that was 25-18. 25-17, excuse me, 25-21 and 25-23. The last one was a real nail biter, but it ended up being a 3-set victory. East Valley of Yakima, 3 scores of 25-18 over, lost to Tumwater, 25-18, 3-set match. And right here we have 2-0 Sequim over Steilacoom, and we're in process of the 3rd set with Sequim 10-4 in the advantage. Mark Morris playing Colville on the other court. And the game they have going right now is 26-25, so a really close one. So a service score, an ace by Sequim. Right after their player was, Kate Harker was taken off the court with some kind of a leg injury. 11-4 Wolves in set 3. Beeson sets up Caitlin McDaniels, who converts. McDaniels, number 43. And a timeout taken by the Sentinels. So as we spoke before, Kate Harker was taken off the court. Now she's being helped out of the venue as a result of a leg injury. So she's going for more medical attention, and hopefully that's completely precautionary. They're keeping the weight off of her leg, and she was in a bit of pain, as we could see. Best of luck to her and her family. So hopefully Kate Harker just comes through no problem, and we see her right back here. So we are in set 3, and it's 12-4 Wolves. They have the serve. They lead 2-0. And that one goes to Sequim. So Sequim with, they're really rolling now. They're heading towards the, just as I say that, they hit a serve that's far too long. Still, they have a dominant position in this set, 13-5. They will be playing the, you would think at this point they would be playing the winner of Colville and Mark Morris. So Sequim, they relinquish service, and now they're playing. Bisand hits from the back line, and it's blocked in front by Taylor Balkin, and the point goes to the Wolves. They widen that gap, 14-5. Hannah Hudson at the back line. She'll serve for the Wolves. She's 5'4" and a junior. Hey, the PA system just went bonkers. So Sequim takes the opportunity. If that big blast of sound created any confusion, they just capitalized it and drove their lead to a 10-point advantage in set 3. Hannah Hudson keeps the serve. Delaney Hills stops it, and then they volley it on the other side of the net. See if they set anybody up. Not really able to there. Steilacoom, they're playing on their home court, but they're not having any luck against this team who's come quite a ways to play here from Sequim, northern part of the Olympic Peninsula. 16-5. Wolves keep the serve. Hannah Hudson's been at the service line for a while now. And there's an ace, 17-5. Well, the Sentinels, they got off to a good start in set 2, and it looked like they may win that one. But in the end, the Wolves, they came up. They have a bit of better front line hitting. And that's pretty much the difference in this one. So Sequim's hitting, and they nail it to the, on a cross-court hit, Haley Harrison.
So that was an error they told me.
18-5. Alexis Bisand sits down, and Mariah Riedel, number 1, heads onto the court. She's a junior at 5'6". So that serve just doesn't land in the court. So 18-6. Megan Shank will serve for Steilacoom. I definitely like the uniform colors of both of these squads. Plus their numbers are easy to read. You got to like that. And the Wolves land one in there. And that was Caitlin Stofferin with the score. She heads off to the bench. Taylor Balkin's in there. He's serving here. Yeah, that was Riley Zabarczuk with service. Oh, there's some elevation, but effectively blocked by Steilacoom. Sentinels keep it alive. And brought back on their part of the court by the Wolves. And hitting down the middle successfully is McKenna Crawford. 19-7. Carrie Fox heads in. She joins the front line action for the Sentinels. Over the head, backward shot to get it back on the Sentinel side of the court by the Wolves. That was Taylor Balkin. And the point scored by the Wolves, and that is Riley Zabarczuk. Taylor Balkin will step back and serve. We're in set 3. It's a commanding lead, a commanding performance by the Wolves. And they're trying to set up no hit. And there's the big hitting again, but it's a bit too far. Delivered by Haley Harrison. So the Wolves of the Tumwater squad, they had a lot of big hitters, and this Wolves squad, very good. So if those two teams end up in any kind of a match, that'll be very entertaining. And there's a point for the Wolves. That delivered by Emily Wallner, a 5'10" sophomore. Jenny Weber-Heilman's got to be very happy with her squad's performance. Kate Harker was injured a few minutes ago and was taken off the court, and there's a serve that brings it to 22-8. So that would have to be the only disappointing part of the evening you would think the Wolves would admit to. I'm sure there's other coaching intricacies that, a whole bunch that Coach Heilman could rattle off that are beyond me. A very well coached team. And Steilacoom they had an excellent second set. They just scored right there, bringing it to 22-9. So the 2-0 set advantage working very much in the Wolves' favor here. They've gotten some people off the bench into the mix. Nadia Albert serves. And the Wolves resetting their offense. Weren't able to get a big swing out of it. Let's see if they do it now. They're going to set up a swing, and here it comes. And effectively defended by Albert. Keeping the volley going, a block. A double hit violation by the Sentinels. 23-9, Wolves. Mariah Riedel will serve. Riedel hit that one out of her server's position. Sentinels trying to keep it alive and go as far as they can here, although they're suffering from a big deficit at the moment. That's Albert. Defended at the net by Stofferin. Oh, there's a big swing. And that was taken by Megan Shank, but it was a bit long. This is match point. So Mariah Riedel serving for match point. Up, there you go, there you go. So 3-0. And the last one most impressive. Actually, the first and last set, 25-13. The middle set, 25-21. The middle set was competitive. So what happens now is Sequim will move on to play the winner of Mark Morris and Colville. And I'd like to recognize our crew here. I have John Wittig, my producer, and running the computer and giving all your good graphics and Bo Wittig on camera. My name is Don Bushell. So with that, the final tally on this match is 3-0 Wolves over the Steilacoom Sentinels, the Sequim Wolves.